Hi everybody, welcome back. Today is going to be a big step for the Sharpen Your Own Axe video series. I'm going to be replacing the pickups on my guitar today, which of course means more soldering. I have here some Golden Age pickups, vintage vibe. These are from StewMac. That's what we're going to be putting on the guitar today. I have never taken the pick guard off of this guitar, so hopefully there aren't any big surprises underneath, anything scary that I can't handle. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Remove everything, flip it over, get it set up so we can just get right into it. Okay, so I have my guitar all set up here, ready to remove the screws. I've got this nice little bowl that I got as a freebie from Harbor Freight. We'll stick all of the screws in so we don't lose anything. So let's go ahead and try to remove these. Hopefully none of them are really stuck. I hope not. No. Okay, good. So these are all coming out nice and easy. Wait a minute. Okay, so probably shouldn't take this one off because this looks like it's holding the pickup on. Okay, next. Okay, so I think that that's it. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws that came out. I almost started to take this one out here, but then realized that this is probably what's holding the pickup into the pick guard. And then, of course, I left these two in because I'm sure that's what is holding the switch in. So Phil told me that I would have 11 screws, but looks like I only have 8. And that could just be a matter of, I guess, what year this was made. They probably changed the hole pattern on the pick guard, which is why it's so hard to find like replacement pick guards for these without having to drill new holes in it, which, because I would love to change this to a black pick guard, but I can't really find anything online that has the same pattern on it, and I'm still nervous about drilling into the actual guitar to make it fit. So hopefully I removed enough, all the screws here. Like I said, I've never taken this off before, so whatever we find inside is going to be a surprise. So let's see if we can flip. Okay, so I don't know how to flip this up without cutting something first. I don't know how I'm going to flip this over to work on it, because these wires that are going to the output jack are pretty short, and there's this ground wire that's going to the back of the guitar, like where the springs are. So, okay. So something's gonna have to get cut first. This ground wire, maybe? I don't know. Because I certainly can't work on it like this. So we will stop and ask Phil if we remove this first. I don't know. And yeah, so let's ask and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so here is a look underneath of the pick guard. This is what I found. I was not able to turn it over easily and work on it like Phil was in his instructional video, because obviously mine is still attached to the guitar through the output jack wires. I don't know if you can see them there. This white one, this black one. Okay, and then we have this additional ground wire here that goes to the bridge. So obviously I can't flip it over. So Phil suggested to desolder these ground wires from this pot here. I'm a little nervous about that because there's other wires that are sort of in close proximity to that come off of the pickups here. This is also not like the, I guess, demo guitar that Phil was working on, because as you can, I don't know, I guess you can see here, there aren't two wires coming off of each pickup. It's one wire, which is, you know, initially you look at it, you're like, oh, black wire, it's the ground wire. But it's not. Apparently, it must be the ground and the hot together in this one, I guess, sleeve of insulation. And they took them at the end here and split them so that you can see the white wire going to the switch, and then just this bare wire, all three of these bare wires actually, which are the grounds, I guess, have been twisted together like in a single rope, and they are all tied together and soldered in with the other, oh no, wait a minute. Okay, I'm lying. All right, so, okay, so the ground wire from the output jack and the ground wires from the pickups are on one solder point here, and then the ground wire here that goes to the bridge, that is behind that, whoops, with another solder point. So, I have to find a way to prop this pick guard up. Maybe the helping hands, I could get it to sort of hold it, because I don't trust myself trying to hold this and the soldering iron and trying to pull these other wires back and not like burning the crap out of myself. So I don't know. I'll have to rig something up and then come back and try to squeeze the iron in there and get that old solder off so we can remove the grounds so that we can free this up and actually start working on installing the new pickups. So I'm gonna pause this here for a sec and try to prop this up with something and come back, and then we'll see what we can do. Alright guys, I have my pretty unstable rig set up here to try to hold this pick guard up while I desolder these ground wires at the same time, hoping it doesn't fall on me, I don't burn myself, melt my guitar, whatever. I don't know, this is like stressing me out and I haven't even got the pickups off of it yet, but anyway, here goes nothing. Hopefully this will be quick. I have my iron set to just over 400 degrees Celsius, and I'm just waiting for these ground wires to come loose. So, and trying not to burn the other wires in the process. It's a huge blob of solder on here because, I guess because they have 4 wires all in the same connection, so they had to use a lot of it when they were putting it together. But it is, yeah, not really coming loose at all. Try not to breathe in the fumes here. You can see this thing's smoking pretty good. There's like goo gobs of solder on this. I am still struggling to get this up. All right, it's a miracle. Okay, good. Yay. All right, it is off. Okay, great. So, I have to let that cool down a minute, and then we're gonna try to get the other ground wire off that runs to the bridge. So give me 1 sec. I'll be right back, and I'll try to reposition this so you can see it a little bit better. All right, well, let's get this last ground wire done here. Try not to burn ourselves. I'm sorry if it's not the best angle for you to see what I'm doing, but this rig is like holding on by a piece of duct tape, literally. So let me get my soldering iron here and come in here and try to get this last ground wire undone. Okay. Alright guys, this thing really stinks. It's like letting off a lot of fumes, so I'm gonna have to like open up the window because I'm trying not to breathe this stuff in, but it is making me stink. So I have no idea why this is not heating up. I just feel like I've been sitting here forever just waiting for this solder to start to melt, and it's on like over 400 degrees Celsius. I don't know if that's not hot enough. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I gotta regroup. Ask Phil maybe, I don't know, if I need to turn the heat up. Maybe, you know, more heat, more power, maybe it'll come off easier. I'm not sure why this one's being so stubborn. All right, I'll be back. I have no idea what's going on here. I don't know. Okay guys, I don't know why I cannot get this ground wire off of this pot. This thing has a humongous glob, I guess, of solder on it that's not melting. Even when I turn the iron up, it's almost on its maximum. So, I don't know. As you can see, I was able to flip the pick guard up. So, I mean, I can work on it now. It's not quite as restricted as it was because I was able to get these ground wires off here where this connection was. So this ground wire here is still connected to all of the pickup ground wires, which were all twisted together and they were all gobbed into the same connection. So I have to cut this. It's gonna have a bunch of solder on it anyway. This is the output jack ground wire. So we're gonna cut that. So that's free, that's loose now. That's all good. That's fine. We'll clean that up, I guess, whenever we reattach it. I don't know. But for now, of course, this is all crisscrossed underneath of here, which That's not very exciting because I don't want to accidentally melt these other wires when I'm trying to desolder these connections. So now we have to figure out which one is which. I guess I can just really cut this. It doesn't matter because I will never be able to reuse this as it is anyway. So let me just cut this huge blob of solder off of there. Okay, so these should be free now, or not. Okay. Alrighty, great. Now they're free and we can kind of see what goes to what. Sort of. They're all sort of tucked underneath of each other here. And there's some tape around the wires here. Let's see if I can. Okay. Okay, so now we have that tape off there. I guess that was put on by the manufacturer. And now we can sort of figure out who goes where. So we are going to start with the neck pickup, which, okay, that's this one on the far end here. Okay, we're going to reposition some things so you guys can see this a little bit better, and so I can see it a little bit better. And we're going to go ahead and take this pickup off first and desolder here, and then we're going to put the new one in and resolder, and hopefully that will be easy and quick and simple. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Okay guys, so next step is going to be to remove this wire from the switch. Now Phil told me that it should only be like a couple of seconds for the gun to be on there before it should come loose, so I'm hoping that's the case, but that was supposed to be the case for this ground wire that goes to the bridge, and as you can see, it's still attached there. So yeah, I don't know, but these wires are all like snaked in between each other here, so I'm going to try not to burn the other wires while I am removing this one. Okay, so I just burned through the ground wire because I wasn't paying attention, and now I feel like I want to cry. I don't know what to do. This is not coming off of here. I don't know why. The tip of this gun is getting darker and more discolored as I use it. I don't know. I tried putting some solder on it, and it just like rolls right off of it. I don't know if that's a bad thing. I don't know, but you can see that I now have, I guess, some of the insulation on my iron because I accidentally touched this ground wire while I was trying to desolder this wire here, which is not working. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it's getting frustrating. very much frustrating. This is not working. I don't know why. Something is definitely wrong, I think, because it just isn't. Phil makes this look very, very easy, and it's just not even budging. So I don't know what's wrong with it. Okay, so yeah. All right. Well, I don't know.